Welcome back, everybody. I'm Josiwe, and this is another episode of Let's Play Skyrim. When last we left our hero, Adarancel Ragefire, he had ventured into the dungeon known as Labyrinthian. There, he had discovered a strange door guarded by some sort of mystic guardian which spoke to him in a language he didn't understand. Then an ice spirit attacked him, and when he defeated it, he was allowed to pass, only to find a trio of wraiths, drow, before him, waiting to attack. So that's where we left him, and that's where we continue. Okay, let's see. Looks like I've got lightning bolt up. I remember this is a very dangerous... It's a very dangerous ledge to stay on, because it's very easy to fall. Okay, so I messed him up pretty bad. He's the mage, the sorcerer. He's the dangerous one. So I messed him up, but I'm not going to overpress my hand by chasing him with no mana. Instead, I'm going to heal up, and then I'm going to wait for my mana to regenerate. And then I'm going to finish him. This is what I failed to do in the last episode. I failed to have the patience to let my mana regenerate. And actually, I believe... What am I wearing now? Yeah, so this lessens the cost of my destruction spells, which is good, but it only gives me 50% regeneration. So as long as I'm trying to regenerate, let me swap these in. And my mana should come back a little bit faster. And then I'll put my destruction robes back on when I'm ready to fight. So this is a technique I learned in Final Fantasy XI, which was an online multiplayer game. And the best performance could be gotten by having macros that swapped your equipment out, so that you would wear different equipment for each spell that you were casting. And some of the macros got very, very convoluted, but and you needed to carry around multiple sets of equipment. So I don't think that's going to happen here, but it is nice to have that, just to be able to swap it in real quick, and then know that I can finish this mage. See, he didn't even see me. And I love that my spells stagger now. See that? See how he staggered? And now he's done. That stagger is very important, especially with enemies like this, where I can't use illusion magic. It doesn't work on the undead. So, what I'm going to go ahead and do now is I'm going to put down, well, no, I think there's another one in there, but I'm going to have to get down there to engage him. No, he isn't here. Okay. I know he's around somewhere. Okay. Okay. Now I'm gonna risk trying to hit him with the Steel Dagger of Souls, and because I'm not so good with aiming on the fly, I'm gonna switch to flames to polish him off. I should get his soul from that, I think. No? I guess not. Maybe I missed with the dagger. Okay. Well, the important thing is he's dead, and I'm not. Which is much better than par for the course with this encounter. I'm not sure, but I believe there's one more drow. Yeah, I think I hear him moving. Okay, that's a lightning rune. So I hit it with a spell to trigger it, so that it wouldn't hurt me. Yeah, there's definitely. Okay, I stunned him. I staggered him. Again? Wait a minute. Okay, this one's not that strong. I'm gonna try this one more time. I have full health, and I can Q and use a potion if he gets off some nasty hit. Okay, I definitely hit him, and I killed him. No, I did not. I did not collect a soul from that. Okay, so maybe maybe undead don't have souls, or maybe I don't have a soul gem large enough to contain. I don't even know what kind of gems do I have. Let's see. Oh, I've got 8 empty commons. I don't think he's higher than common. I've got an empty greater, empty lesser, plenty of empty petties. Yeah, so I don't know why I didn't capture it. The knife. Yeah, wait a minute. The knife in question, I believe, has a 3 seconds. Yeah, and I know I hit him that time, and I know he died with. I'm pretty sure he died within 3 seconds. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't know why I didn't get anything from that, but I don't think it's going to work on them. Okay, so I believe that's the 3. There may be more drow down here, but when I first came through the door, there were 3. The mage and 2 assistants. Or 2 warriors, I should say. So, having defeated them, I'm going to go ahead and save. Okay. Much less embarrassing than the end of the previous episode, when I died twice falling off that ledge. Okay. Now, I'm actually kind of glad that lightning rune was on that door, because it reminds me to keep an eye out for traps. There he is. Okay. So I don't know what's through here, but we're about to find out. Oh wow, okay, there's a bunch of stuff here. It looks like there's an enchanting table and an alchemy table. Let's look at the map real quick. Okay. Possibly I need to go up here. Okay. Yeah, but I think this is a dead end, basically. So let's see what's here. Maybe there's like some useful stuff. Embalming tool. Troll skull. Wait a minute, I believe, is that an alchemy ingredient? Can I eat that? No, okay. Yeah, it's just junk. Alright, drop. This chest probably has something good in it. Yeah, some gold. Soul gem, and what does this do? Oh, it's a restoration amulet. That's nice. I can disenchant that maybe, or if I already know that? I don't know whether I know that or not, but if I already know it, I can just sell it. Okay. And there's some books here. Wait a minute, one of them is a spell tome. Equilibrium. Equilibrium, let's see what that is. Okay, spell tome, Equilibrium. Convert 25 points of health into magicka per second. Caster can be killed by this effect. Wow. You know when that would be useful? When I'm like in a safe place trying to regenerate magicka, like when I've run away or something. Because I can take, 50 points of health, turn that into 50 points of magicka, heal that with my magic spell, and still be ahead, I think. But I'm definitely going to learn that spell. What school is that? Alteration? Okay. So let's test that theory, right? So we'll burn up all our mana magicka. Yeah, dual healing is a really good way to burn magicka fast. Okay, so now I'm going to go to Alteration, and equip Equilibrium. Okay. So I'm going to now use that spell. Okay. And now heal myself back up. I feel like I'm still a little bit ahead there, but it's probably not worth doing. Maybe if I had a huge alteration skill, I could, like, make it more efficient. Okay, so let's see what this other book is. Immortal Blood. By Anonymous. Okay. The moons and stars were hidden from sight, making that particular quiet night especially dark. The town guard had to carry torches to make their rounds, but the man who came to call at my chapel carried no light with him. I came to learn that Movarth Pekin could see in the dark almost as well as the light, an excellent talent, considering his interests were exclusively nocturnal. One of my acolytes brought him to me, and from the look of him, I at first thought he was in need of healing. He was pale to the point of opalescence, with a face that looked like it had once been very handsome before some unspeakable suffering. The dark circles under his eyes bespoke exhaustion, but the eyes themselves were alert, intense, almost insane. He quickly dismissed my notion that he himself was ill, though he did want to discuss a specific disease. "Vampirism," he said, and then paused at my quizzical look. "I was told that you were someone I should seek out for help understanding it." "Who told you that?" I asked with a smile. "Tessina Gray." I immediately remembered her. A brave, beautiful knight who had needed my assistance separating fact from fiction on the subject of the vampire. It had been 2 years, and I had never heard whether my advice had proved effective. "You've spoken to her? How is her ladyship?" I asked. "Dead," Movarth replied coldly, and then, responding to my shock, he added to perhaps soften the blow. "She said your advice was invaluable, at least for the one vampire. When last I talked to her, she was tracking another. It killed her." "Then the advice I gave her was not enough," I sighed. "Why do you think it would be enough for you?" "I was a teacher once myself, years ago," he said. "Not in a university. A trainer in the Fighters Guild. But I know that if a student doesn't ask the right questions, the teacher cannot be responsible for his failure. I intend to ask you the right questions." And that he did. For hours he asked questions, and I answered what I could, but he never volunteered any information about himself. He never smiled. He only studied me with those intense eyes of his, committing every word I said to memory. Finally, I turned the questioning around. "You said you were a trainer at the Fighters Guild. Are you on an assignment for them?" "No," he said curtly, and finally I could detect some weariness in those feverish eyes of his. "I would like to continue this tomorrow night if I could. I need to get some sleep and absorb this." "You sleep during the day," I smiled. To my surprise, he returned the smile, though it was more of a grimace. "When tracking your prey, you adapt their habits." The next day, he did return with more questions, these ones very specific. He wanted to know about the vampires of eastern Skyrim. I told him about the most powerful tribe, the Volkihar, paranoid and cruel, whose very breath would freeze their victims' blood in the veins. I explained to him how they lived beneath the ice of remote and haunted lakes, never venturing into the world of men except to feed. Movarth Pekin listened carefully and asked more questions into the night, until at last he was ready to leave. "I will not see you for a few days," he said, "but I will return and tell you how helpful your information has been." True to his word, the man returned to my chapel shortly after midnight 4 days later. There was a fresh scar on his cheek, but he was smiling that grim but satisfied smile of his. "Your advice helped me very much," he said. "But you should know that the Volkihar have an additional ability you didn't mention. They can reach through the ice of their lakes without breaking it. It was quite a nasty surprise, being grabbed from below